Welcome everyone, my name is Comet and today I am gonna be making my support champion pool for my Road to Diamond series. This is gonna be very important because a lot of changes have been happening on the patch 13.23 which is gonna hit in just a few hours. However, the support role stays just as with the last patch, if not stronger than ever. So it is very important to talk about what's gonna be played in this new patch because right off the back, Blitzcrank was permabanned on the Challenger of Korea. This character right here was the terror of solo queue for the entirety of the last patch, and I think here in Europe we haven't really appreciated how strong this thing is. So it's time to pull him out now that split pushing is gonna be stronger, or team fighting could become more important, because if you get those picks with Blitzcrank, the game is over now more than ever, because you will be able to continue split pushing or to continue team fighting without issues, and from there snowball like out of control, considering that now turrets give more gold to whoever takes them. So 100% Blitzcrank, it's gonna be a must play character for this new patch. In the same regard, counters to Blitzcrank might become more important now that people are starting to see him more and more. Or characters that could poke him from a safe lane, from a safe range, such as Senna. Senna is a character that is very strong because now you can pick her again as fasting Senna. A character that you will not be able to farm, but you can have a Tam Kench besides you, and Tam Kench counters Blitzcrank quite hard. So this could be a strategy that you might want to pull out if you have an AD carry that is willing to play Tam Kench or is willing to play Swain or characters like that. Swain is a character that works well against Blitzcrank, but considering how important it is to burst down a character in this next patch, Swain might start to fall off because of how all the damage that is coming. But if you can combine it with Senna, Senna Swain, Senna Set, Senna Tam Kench, or characters like these that could counter Blitzcrank, that's gonna be unstoppable. And just like how Blitzcrank is becoming strong, an answer, the traditional classic answer to that is Leona, because Leona does not get burst down as easily as Swain. You can bait him into picking you into the team, then you jump to the other teammates as soon as that happens, and that will ensure that you can have a favorable trade for you. So I will give her a try 100%. And but what happens when Blitzcrank is banned? Because if Blitzcrank is strong, they might ban it, and this is something that we have seen a lot of people from a lot of the pro players, or a lot of people in Challenger um, here in Europe are starting to ban him out a lot, and people in the lower levels always like to copy what they do on the streams. But on top of that, now that Blitzcrank is becoming strong, this is a character that was already strong in the lower levels in the first place. But since now it's even stronger, it might be permaban again. So what happens when if they permaban Blitzcrank? Then I'm gonna go for Bard, because Bard is a character that is silently but surely start to go up again, because all of the other supports have been getting nerfed on the previous patches, but not Bard. Bard actually always maintained its power, and with the changes to the items that are now stronger, he is rising slowly but surely, silently becoming stronger, and he was already a good answer to certain characters. In fact, we saw it on the World Championship. Keria picked Bard very effectively. This is a character that works well, and is one of the characters that I personally enjoy playing as well, especially against Milio, because Milio cannot cleanse your ultimate, and because of that, you can drop it onto Milio at any distance. He will be stuck for a few seconds on the stasis, and then you can jump into the other teammates and just ensure the team fight for you. But also, Bard goes well into almost anything as well, especially against Senna compositions. And Senna is a character that a lot of AD carries are starting to pick out because they play in duos, and they could pair it with Tam Kench. Well, Bard counters that, because Bard is a hard counter to anything that is melee, or even to enchanters in general, because he has that stasis, the healing, and the damage to counter that power. So these three characters I think are gonna be very important to keep an eye on. And in fact, I'm gonna be keeping an eye on very closely because these are the champions that I will use myself. However, there are other characters that have been rising just as silently, but much faster than Bard, and I'm talking about three of them. Let me show you just right here. I'm talking about Rakan. Rakan is a character that is been going up pretty hard in priority because you can pick it into almost anything. And if you ban Blitzcrank, this is a good answer as a blind pick because it doesn't really have that weak matchups at the moment. Another though, it's gonna be Renata Glask. Renata Glask is a character that has been getting a lot of play as well because she is able to counter those characters that people will usually play in the bot lane. So it's very important to keep an eye on the fact that she might become top tier meta, but there's other stuff that we need to talk about, especially this thing right here. Silently, surely, going underwater, but surely this character is starting to get a lot of play because you know what is a Blitzcrank with more damage? That's called Pike. And now that split pushing is becoming more, it could become more viable. Um, Pike is an insane answer to that because he moves so fast. He has so much mobility. He can go around from lane to lane. He can get those picks and assassinate as quick as possible. This could be an answer to keep an eye on, but I will play it safe. I will play it safe myself, and then I will just go with Blitzcrank, Bard, and Leona. Just to start the season, or sorry, to start the new patch to see how everything goes. But if I see that things are getting spicy, if I see that things are just blowing up, if there's new characters, if people are permabanning Blitzcrank or permabanning Bard or anything, I'm gonna jump into what's strong and afterwards. That's a good part about League of Legends, that we will always have alternatives. And I will give it around 100 matches. All this week I will be trying out the new patch, and I'm gonna see what is strong. I'm gonna test what's strong this week, and as soon as I have an answer, I'm gonna come back and tell you. If this champion pool ends up working well, then I'm gonna keep it for as long as possible. If not, then I will add, remove, or change characters for sure. I'm not afraid of saying, hey, this champion pool was completely shit, didn't work. Or saying, hey, maybe I want this other character. Maybe I want to learn Rakan. Hey, I'm open for those changes, and that's really what matters. Because League of Legends, it's a game of change, it's a game of improvement, where you can always you will always need to adapt. It's a game of adapting, and I am open. I'm willing to adapt. So that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoy this a lot. Senna, I will keep an eye on Senna as well. I do not play Senna myself because I play alone. But sometimes people are willing, AD carry may say, hey, I want to play Tank Cage today. I'm willing to carry with Tank Cage with a tank character. I want to play Swain or Set or anything, something fun. So I might be, when I might go with Senna if that happens. For now though, I will leave the episode just right here. Hope you guys enjoy this. My name is Comet, and I am signing out. Peace.